Then now we take our back. This was the back of our senator suit. This is the front. You make sure the back, the right side faces the right side of the back. And now we join the shoulders. But some people can either decide to join the shoulders before they do the placket, but it might be quite difficult, so I prefer this. So you stay the shoulders half of an inch. The fabric is very delicate, so if you know you are not good with delicate fabrics, get a fabric that you can handle very well. So we join. Then we will do knitting or serging at this part, at the shoulders. So let's do that. So after doing your knitting this way, press the whole thing to the back, not to the front, to the back. Press to the back. So you have it like this. You press to the back. And now you go to the sewing machine and sew edge right here at the on the back, right here. So we have it like this. Stitch it this way. So now you place it down like this. You make sure that this part, the front is meeting the back. The front is meeting the back. Then you press this way. So now let's prepare our bias for our neck pipe. So we'll cut our bias diagonally. Make sure it's a bias, it's stretching. So with this one, the bias can be 2 inches. It's fine. So we cut 2 inches. This is our bias. After cutting this, we now come and iron. Iron. Just fold here. Make sure that the edges meet. They meet this way. Take your time and iron. After doing this, you put in a fusible web in order to give your bias structure, to give your piping structure. So you iron again. We have it like this. And now you fold it. Make sure when you are folding, it's like this. It's not equal. You have just a small portion left. So you iron that also throughout. So after ironing your bias this way, let's do this. You press your bias curve this way. Make sure you press it curve in order for it to be easy when you are fixing it on the neck. So after doing this, make sure that your bias is a little bigger than the circumference of your neck. Make sure it's a 6, the circumference of your neck. So let's go to our machine and fix it. After preparing your bias this way, you fold one part, the one that you are placing here. So it covers this, then you stitch right at the edge. Make sure your neckline is touching the middle of this part, the middle. But remember, before you fix the piping at the neck, you reduce the neckline by just a quarter. Before, I didn't do that in the video, but make sure you reduce it by a quarter in order to prevent the neckline being tight. Because if you were to stitch with a facing, we'll stitch quarter off. So when you get to the end as well, cut the excess off and do your folding. Some people decide to do the folding on the table, but sometimes you can get here and you realize that it's either smaller or longer. So when I get here, I just cut and do my folding here. After this, I'll come back and stitch the edge again. If you want it that way, fine. You just want to stitch just one part, so that's the way. We have our piped neck like this. Let's go to our ironing table. So after this, you press and make sure your pipe neck settles.